Hello everybody and welcome to the NRSL MLP Cup Series. We're here live at Watkins, Glen International, the home track of TA2 Racing for the running of the Autism Speaks at the Glen. On the pole today it is the 38 of Ethan Hamill, on the outside will be the 2 of Dylan Young, and starting third is the 30 of Devin Whitston, and fourth is the 22 Gabe Williams. In fifth is the 88 Nick Barney, and sixth is the 6 of Jake Williams. And starting 7th is the 9 of George Rourke, and 8th is the 56 DJ Curtis. And starting in 9th is the 19 Alex Tanker, and rounding up the top 10, the 10 of Eli Sachs. And now, without further ado, let's hear those famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
Cars are rolling, and this is the 2011 Watkins Glen version instead of the one it originally has in NR 2003. We're gonna see if this is gonna have some good racing, because road courses usually do not have great races, and I'll try the best I could to see if we can have a legitimately great race here at Watkins Glen. We can have it a wild finish, we can have some sort of a good finish, a good race, and hopefully it doesn't last too long, and hopefully Hamill doesn't lead every lap. Just saying. But anyway, Hamill leads us 14 laps at the Glen. We'll see if this is going to be a race that we'll be remembered with instead of one to forget. Anyway, the green flag is now underway at Watkins Glen. Oh, that first turn is always the toughest. Oh, Winston, contact between him and Hamill. Little bit of contact, and look at this, Devin Whitston, a rare pass on the road course. He actually had the bumper of the 38, but he couldn't quite get there. A lot of bumping and banging first turn already. Here comes the S-curves, and these are also tough. A lot of drivers spin out on these curves. Oh boy, spin. Nick Barney saved that. But a lot of others in the grass, including Kyle Thomas, and that's pretty much it. Kyle Thomas didn't make it out. It's going to be a long time if there's any chance for Whitston to come back. We'll see. Boy, lap 1 has been up and down so far. A lot of bumping between the cars. But nevertheless, it's going to be Devin Whitston leading the first lap. No, it's going to be Ethan Hamill leading the first lap. The caution's out already, and it was a wreck in the final turn between Austin and Guy. We'll see what happened there. Whoa! There was a wreck in the final curve. We were going to get a green flag run, actually, and then the final turn, we had a wreck. And look at this. Here's Connor Smith. Gets into Austin Gipe, and then takes out Charles Sanford and Chris Washer, and neither of them having great seasons, especially the defending champion Sanford. And 21 is going to try to squeeze on by, and he does successfully, so it was only about 4 cars involved. And Thomas early, we saw him spinning out one of the curves. That did not bring out a full course caution. Of course, because it had to be a big wreck somewhat to cause a caution. We saw one here, and here's what happened with Kyle Thomas off one of the after the S curves. He got spun by the 21 Ryan Acosta, and well, no other damage, like I said, so it was just a full spin. So first caution today out at Watkins Glen, and Hamill is the leader, and hopefully he can stay that way for the entire race. Most, if not all, the race. Of course, road course have an advantage for pole setters, as they can lead every lap, and then all they have to do is run the courses, complete every lap, and just win. But not this case, as here he comes down, as some of them are going pit road. Dylan Young is going to pit road, and so is Gabe Williams in the 22. They're the top 5 going to pit road. However, Whitston chooses to stay out. And 22-2, they might actually have an advantage, believe it or not, if they choose, if the others pit after them, because they're the first ones to pit. Acosta's pitting, but they have damage from their caution. Geip and Smith are pitting, but also they're damaged, so they are pitting to fix the damage. No one's retired, but oh wait a minute, Connor Smith is done. Connor Smith has retired. And it looked like it was a big wreck for Smith, but apparently, I guess Smith's damage was too much for him for his car to handle, and so he retired. So okay. Still 11 laps to go. Still time for anybody to at least have a shot against Ethan Hamill. Hopefully, we'll see a side-by-side battle for the lead some point at some point of the race, or any twists. Any twist at Watkins Glen. Pole setter Hamill's the leader. Wait a minute, is he pitting? Oh, I thought he was. No, he's not. So he's staying out. I thought for a second that they were all going to pit, and then chaos would have endured. They're staying out for a couple more laps. 11 to go at the Glen as Ethan Hamill is your leader. Green's out again. Again, Dylan Young and Gabe Williams pitted early. Oh, Nick Barney's going for second. And that's gonna widen the gap for Hamill, so Hamill easily pulls away on the first turn. And Nick Barney will take second. And a battle behind between DJ Curtis, George Rourke. Rourke's getting the preferred line. Curtis, though, he's trying his best, trying to make a move. Here comes the S-curves. Oh boy, whoa, Rourke there got a little contact. Oh, Rourke got contact with Alex Tanker. Behind, oh, and a spin involved. 48 just spun. And Jonathan Thoman has spun. Brad Johnson spins. Little damage from the 83 Abby Sachs. Oh no, the 31 is involved as well. 31 is hit. There is a caution. That's a caution. And that is a big one because more drivers involved. Ethan Hamill again will lead with 10 to go. Wow. And Austin Guy, his day gone from bad to worse, and this all happened on the S-curves. But wait, we have to get to Brad Johnson and Jonathan Thoman. They all got tangled up. Let's see what happened. So here they are. Here's Brad Johnson. Out of the S-curves, the tough S-curves, and there was a spin behind. All he was trying to do was trying to avoid the spin, and then Jonathan Thoman gives him a little nudge. And as you see there, PJ Williams clips Kyle Beck. We'll get to that in a moment. Thoman and the others spin out, and then the 31, that is Michael White. Michael White gets too loose on the S tires, and he gets a wreck as well. And tough break for Dylan Young and Gabe Williams. They had to avoid the wreck too. They were caught in the middle of it. I wonder if the damage will be enough for them. I wonder if they had damage from the wreck, so I'm not quite sure yet. And here's the wreck between Kyle Beck and PJ Williams. 3Y in the 55. Tommy Heinrich didn't have enough. Oh, I think 55. Seth Brown, I mean. Not enough room. And look at this. Beck is upside down in the tires. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Look at that. Look at that. Kyle Beck is upside down and he's stuck on the tires. Oh, there's Tommy Heinrich. We can get a good view of Tommy Heinrich's spin from here, from TB2. He was battling against Seth Brown for a 3-wide battle. I think Brown's the points leader, but I don't think he's going to have a good day off Watkins Glen. But here it is again. Here's Kyle Beck, and he clips onto the tire barrier, and he's stuck. And then Chris Washer and, yeah, Dylan Young got spun too. So tough break for Young. His strategy might not pay off after all. And a lot of smoke coming from the wreckage. Austin LaPlante held up by PJ Williams, and we could get probably a good view from TV1. Let's see that again. Here it is again as they're trying to avoid the carnage. And the carnage happened around here. Big spins between these drivers. PJ Williams, Henry Nova is involved. There's the plant getting held up. Geip was in a separate incident. Austin Geip was in a separate incident, so he got held up on the tires. My gosh. Let's go on board a little bit for Kyle Beck. Wow, you literally got stuck. Got stuck on the tire barrier. Wow. Well, that was pretty funny, but it wasn't funny for the team anyway, because they are out of the race already. So we have our second caution of the day, and Ethan Hamill stays the same as the leader. Will they pit though? Because Gabe Williams, Dylan Young pitted early before. They're not going to pit right now. That was probably just for some damage fixed or something. Yeah, that was probably for some damage fix, or it was probably 22 and 2 probably had problems in pit road, so it was just to fix some of the damage, internal damage or something like that. And anyway, Hamill's still the leader as we're already halfway done at Watkins Glen. Kyle Beck, Tommy Heinrich, PJ Williams, Jonathan Skipnicki retired from the race. And we'll see if we can get back under green. Wait a minute, this is lap 6. Oh no, I was right. Yeah, I was kind of right, so yeah. 8 laps to go here at the Glen. As we're about to get back under green. Ethan Hamill was the leader. Got a good start after Nick Barney took second away from Devin Whitston. Does Barney have a shot to, does Nick Barney have a big chance to, come back here to make a pass, at least have a chance for the lead? As for the lagginess.
I don't know why it's happening right now, but we're gonna get
back to green.
lead us
again with 8 to go. Green's out. Well, Barney's still hanging on to Ethan Hamill for a little while. Well, I'm not sure how long it will last. Not sure how long it will last for Nick Barney to hold off. Look at him, he's getting a run And now Whitson's going to lose another position to DJ Curtis. This time, here comes the S-curves. Oh, Curtis got too high. Oh wow, Curtis got in the grass there around. This was where the other wreck happened. Let's see if anyone makes it through clear. And we're all clean. Oh no, we're not. Geip got involved. And the caution's out. Young got a little piece as well. Here they come towards the final curves. No challenge from Nick Barney. Hamill's going to lead again. Whoa, a little bit loose there. And Hamill leads. Just a few more laps. Oh, there's a spin behind. There is a spin. That was between Eli. Oh, there's a wreck on the final turn, on the start-finish line. Eli Sachs and, wow, Rohit Vaidarvu's upside down. Oh my goodness. We'll have to see this wreck again, because this wreck was huge. We'll get to the other wreck but first this one. Even if that other one was not worthy of a caution, this was worthy. This was just worthy. Look at this. Here's Eli Sachs battling against Pichu for position, and I think Pichu got a little too aggressive, spinning out Sachs, and then Sachs takes out Rohit Vaidarvu. And how does Vaidarvu flip in a road course like that? Dustin Ray, a bit of damage. Sam Young also a bit, and a hit by Tyler Thaber. And then Nick Parasols. Oh, and that's how he flipped over. Nick Parasols gave him a big nudge, and Vaidarvu flips around. Already 39 Scott Ferguson, a little bit of damage already from a wreck I probably didn't see. And there's Avi
Sachs's car. He gets a little bit just
on Ray Darbu. I was going to say a little nudge on his brother, but there's his brother Eli in the 10 smoking. And wow, this happened on the first, near the start-finish line. But the real reason for the caution to come out involved, I think, Dylan Young, who pitted early and thought his strategy was going to pay off. Unfortunately, he didn't even go beyond that to have his strategy pay off. Here's what happened. Dylan Young was battling a position, well, he was on the S-curves, and then around here he might have gotten loose. Yes, he did get loose. He did get loose on the tire barrier, and then Kyle Beck joined in on the party. Somewhere right here. Kyle Beck joined in. And I don't know how Young, and I guess Young could not move his car. Beck just stopped there for a little bit. I'm not sure why, but yeah, Beck just stopped there. There was another wreck behind. Wait a minute, the lights were on. The lights were on very early. So I guess there was another thing that went wrong. Oh no, it was the incident between Beck and
Costa.
It was that incident, so I thought that was something earlier. It was that incident. Kinda not sure why, but well, I guess they wanted to play it safe. And debris was probably flying around the S-curves anyway, so they had to clean it up. And Darbu is done for the day in 16th. We saw him earlier spinning out, flipping upside down on the near the final turn. Darbu, Nick Parasol, Scott Ferguson, Jonathan Thoman, Tyler Thaber, they all had enough and they all retired. Dylan Young is also retired. Austin Geip is also retired. No word on Eli Sachs if he's going to run again, because that looked like some bad damage behind. And they are going to have a bit of an extended caution period so they can clean out the wreckage. But nevertheless, there'll be 5 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. If we get another caution instantaneously, we may get 2 or 3 more laps left. And after that, the next caution ends the race. And Hamill, from his domination at Watkins Glen, he hopes to keep it that way. See if Hamill can lead every at
The Glen and Hamill's just
5 laps away from doing so. So here's Ethan Hamill is going to lead us again. Not much of a race is between the leaders, but the wrecks have kept us busy. Here we go. Green flag is out again at Watkins Glen. Oh, here comes Nick Borney. Look at this. Nick Borney, an attempt to make a pass, doesn't do so. Oh no, there's a contact between Barney and Rourke. A little bit of contact between the two. It's good news for Hamill, actually. He's pulling away. I thought for a second Barney was going to have a run against Hamill. Oh, Rourke wants second now. George Rourke, he wants second. Here comes George Rourke. Oh, block on Barney. Rourke trying to find open lane. It's very hard to find one in a road course. And I'm not sure who and there's a wreck between Jason Trost, Pichu, Charles Sanford, Chris Washer. The caution's out again as Ethan Hamill will lead. Oh, wait a minute. We'll see if any incident happens on this corner. We've had one last time. Oh, no incident. I guess that was the only caution with 4 laps to go. 4 to go, and I think we may have 1 or 2 more laps left in Watkins Glen, so it's going to be pretty close. And let's see what happened between these 4. So we're going to see. Was it a little bit of an incident? Was there contact? Not quite. Jason Trost got loose and Sanford got loose too, and I guess that count. Oh no, Chris Washer fully spun out. Chris Washer with a full spin, so that counted as a caution. Michael White and Pichu joining on the party. Oh, there they are. Contact between Chris Washer and Pichu. Pichu got into the 5, and then they both spin out near the same corner. Man, that S-curve is the toughest S-curve probably in a road course. That road course is really real tough despite lack of passing for the lead. Michael White got a little bit of damage as well, so not a big caution, just a couple drivers that didn't make it out to the S-curves. And if we get back under green, should we get back under green, we will have at least 2 laps to go, or maybe 1 more lap if they take 3 caution laps, because when they have it 3 to go, the race automatically ends for some reason, and they never get back under green. I don't know why the final turn provides very slow action, but not sure why, but I guess that happens that way. Jason Tross, Tyler Thaber, and we had pit stops, by the way, behind. Uh-oh. Could this be a sign of pit stops to come? Tross, Thaber, Parasols, Ferguson, Thoman all retired. So did Eli Sachs. They all retired. So now 28 cars are left in the field with 2 to go. And it's all been Ethan Hamill all day today, and he needs just 2 more laps to lead so he can lead every lap and win this race easily. Getting help from all these cautions coming out at Watkins Glen. Like I said, the passes for the lead have been lacking, but the cautions have kept us busy. But now we'll see if Nick Barney, George Worker, anybody will have a shot at the leader. Oh no, pit stops as Devin Witts and Jake Williams are pitting, giving up the top 5 spots. So if we keep this clean, oh, it's going to be interesting. Here we go. Here we go as Ethan Hamill leads us to the green as the others are pitting in the middle just before the green flag waves. Here we go. And if there's another caution before we get to the white flag, the race is over and it's likely they're going to stay out. And Barney is trying to keep him on the bumper, keeping a close eye on Hamill if he makes a mistake. He could have an open room. Barney could have open room. He's got to be perfect as well. Got to stay perfect as well. Here comes the S-curves. And we all know the S-curves have caused the most wrecks today. Well, at least they made it out. Did some of the drivers make it? Oh, I think Sam Young got a little high up. No. Not yet. Sanford's pitting. It's down to these 2, and oh no, Hamill slowing down. Nick Barney just took the lead from Hamill. 2 to go. Nick Barney just took the lead. I don't know what's going on. Hamill's pitting. Oh no, now the 88's pitting. No, he's not. Oh, he's just about to pit. Everyone's pitting. Wow, what a twist. What a twist. White flag is out. Someone stayed out. I think that's Chris Washer. I think that's Chris Washer who stayed out. We don't have a caution. White flag is out. It's Washer. Washer's the leader. We have our first lead change of the race, and of all people, it's Chris Washer. The driver with a lot of damage in his car. He had more damage from the cautions, and he's the leader. He has a 7-second lead over everybody else. But will he make it? Everyone, virtually every driver pitted. Chris Washer, how about him? If he wins this race, it'll be a comeback. He wrecked down a ton of times today. And he has a lot of damage in his car. He doesn't even have his front roof anymore. He's got a couple more turns left. It looks like he may be slowing down. Here comes the final curve. Will he stay on a pit road? Oh, it looks like he will. And off the final turn, what an upset. Chris Washer is going to win at Watkins Glen. Chris Washer, what an upset. After Ethan Hamill dominated the day, the pit stops came, Chris Washer stayed out and stayed on the lead lap, and he wins the race. He takes his banged up car to victory lane. I don't believe it. What an upset as Chris Washer, and he's slowing down, and he finally doesn't have enough fuel. Or Pete, you might have let him pass. And the caution came out anyway, but it doesn't matter. We're not going to go back to look at it. Chris Washer, and there is the wreck, I think, between Team Pony. Team Pony was a little wreckage. Oh, Washer got a little high. Oh, boy. Careful there, 5. Careful there. Don't want to get your car too damaged for victory lane. He hits the cones. Now he's slow on the track. Wow. Oh my goodness. Ethan Hamill was within 2 laps of leading every lap at Watkins Glen and winning. And then pit stops came. He didn't survive. And Chris Washer took advantage and won the race. He had damage all day today. He wrecked out most of the race, but he still stayed on the lead lap somehow, still was able to get his car running and get his first ever, and was able to get enough power to cross the line in victory lane to win his first ever MLP Cup Series race. Oh boy, careful guys, careful of our winner. We don't want to have our winner have more damage already than he has. So, Chris Washer, how about the 5? 2 to go, everyone, the entire field except him, pitted, and Chris Washer took advantage, and he does not even, oh, he makes it to pit road. I thought he was going to hit the cones there. Chris Washer, with 2 to go, stayed out and survived Watkins Glen to win. Wow, what a way to get a first win ever in the MLP Cup Series. Unbelievable. And the final margin of victory was 21 seconds. So even if he slowed down on the final turn, he would have still won by inches. He still would have won. So wow, very proud of the 5, winning it in a stunning upset. A stunner at Watkins Glen. Devin Winston came out of pit road first. He finished second. So a good run for Winston, his best finish of the MLP career. But he'll be happy with that result. Jake Williams will be third. James Shelley in fourth, his second straight top 5 after his win earlier from last race. Jacob Lawler will be fifth. Nick Barney will come in sixth. George Work seventh. Michael White 8th, DJ Curtis 9th, Ethan Hamill is 10th. Ethan Hamill would have loved to have won here. He was within 2 laps of winning at Watkins Glen, and then like everyone else, he gave up to pit stops and has to settle for just a top 10 finish. But he does lead the most laps, so at least gets a little bit of a bonus point or something. And well, he led all but does the final 2 laps. As you see the rest of the field below. So a stunner at Watkins Glen as Chris Washer, despite damaging his car most of the day and finishing the race in just 60 miles per hour, and well, having the slowest car today, he still was able to come home with the win at Watkins Glen. What a finish. Anyway, I made it official now that I exported the standings, made it official. It's going to be under race 5. So the Autism Speaks at Watkins Glen goes to Chris Washer. So after that stunner at Watkins Glen, here are your new point standings. James Shelley, 6th. He went from 7th all the way up to 1st. And he is now your new points leader after Watkins Glen. 6-point advantage over Seth Brown, the points leader, is dropped back. As I mentioned earlier, he may lose the points lead because of his bad finish at Glen, and Brown did lose the points lead. Jake Williams, 11 spots up. He's up to 3rd. Ryan Acosta up to 4th. Kyle Beck drops 3 to 5th. Avi Sachs up to 6th. Henry Nova up to 7th. Austin Geip down to 8th. Dylan Young down to 9th. And Charles Roberts is now in the top 10 in 10th. the big mover of the race was definitely the winner, Chris Washer. He moved up 12 spots to 19th, but he was very happy with his first ever league win coming on an unexpected turn. And the biggest loser of the race, I'm gonna try to find it. I think it was PJ Williams and Jonathan Skibnicki. Both dropped 9 positions down to near 40s. And just a heads up, Pichu is now in last. Look at that. Pichu is in 42nd in points, and Pichu London 43rd. But that's Pichu London's not even real. He's the 43rd driver because that would be used for to get this make this race possible. But anyway, congrats to Chris Washer on an unexpected win at the Glen. We'll see you guys later at Chicagoland.